This is the Levoit LV H128 desktop air purifier. It's going to be relatively small at only 3.3 pounds. So I'm going to do a quick unboxing and go ahead and test this out to see how well it works. Now the cool thing about this is the fact that it uses HEPA air filter, so which is basically going to mean that it's going to filter out a lot of microparticles as small as 0.3 microns. And it's also going to go ahead and be able to clean air in 30 minutes for rooms up to 161 square feet. This also is going to include a little pad for aromatherapy, or to put essential oils to basically make it smell nice. So I want to go ahead and test that out to see how well that is. And it also is going to be extremely quiet at only 28 decibels. So starting with the unboxing, right over here there's going to be this tab that opens up just like so. And the first thing I see on top is going to be the power cord. On the side here, we're going to have the manual. And then finally, it's going to be the purifier itself. And yeah, that's everything that comes in the box. And so here's a closer look at it. And on top, we're going to have this piece of paper that says, "Caution, remove filters from their packaging before use. Have pull tabs visible and facing inward. Only add essential oils to aroma pad." And then just go ahead and take this part off. And then here's what the fan goes ahead and looks like. So this is where the air is going to shoot out from. And then right at the bottom here, this is where the intake is going to be. So where the dirty air is going to come, and it's going to go ahead and filter through inside in the HEPA filter here. Taking a look at the back, we're going to have a tag with a bunch of additional information on this air purifier. Right at the bottom is going to be the port to go ahead and connect it to the outlet. On the front, again, we are going to have just one simple button. This is not a push button. This appears to be just the capacitive touch one, so you can't push it inwards. And there's going to be 3 different indicator lights to let you know if you're in sleep mode, low mode, or high mode. And then of course we got the Levoit logo here. And taking a look at the bottom, this is where we go ahead and open it up. So it's going to be clockwise to open, and the whole part comes right off. And then this is actually pretty interesting. It's going to have 2 filters, and of course they are going to have plastic packaging inside. So here's a closer look at one of the filters themselves. There's going to be a foam pad, like a sponge, all around the perimeter. And at the bottom, we're going to have these 2 pull tabs that let us pull it out and indicate how it should go ahead and be placed back in. And here you can see pull tabs should face inward. Now, the most important part about the air filter is going to be the filter itself. And this is what you call a 3-stage 813 true HEPA filter. So in other words, it's going to have 3 different layers that go ahead and purify the air as much as possible. And so the first layer, the first stage, is going to be this fine mesh over here. They call this the fine preliminary filter. And this is basically going to go ahead and capture large particles. And these are going to be things like hair, dust, in my case, my cat fur. And the next layer is going to be on the inside. So if you can see through this mesh, we're going to see like a white filter, like an accordion style pattern. This is going to be the H13 true HEPA filter. And this is the part that captures at least 99.97% of the airborne particles, up to 0.3 microns in size. And this is going to go ahead and filter out small particles. And these are going to be things like fine dust, smoke particles, and allergens, which include like pollen and pet danders. The last layer is going to be known as activated carbon filter. And this is physically going to absorb intense things such as smoke, odors, and fumes. Now comes time to put it back. So again, the tabs have to be facing inward. And I can just slide this in just like so. And then same thing for the other filter. And it's nice and tight. And I can go ahead and cap this back in place. So I'll go ahead and turn it counterclockwise, and it goes ahead and locks. Now it does have these 4 rubber feet, which is going to prevent it from sliding whenever it's going to be on a flat surface. So in this case, if I go ahead and put it on this table and I give it a push, it's going to stay in place. And then here you can kind of see how it looks like. I push it, it stays just like so. Whereas if I put it upside down, this is where it's plastic only, and I give it like the same kind of push power, it just goes easily. So I found the perfect spot for the Levoit air purifier. But before turning it on, it does have to have 15 inches of weight clearance on all sides. So I'll just go ahead and move it more over here. And there, just like that, that would be the perfect spot. And now we can go ahead and turn it on, and it immediately goes into sleep mode. So this is going to be the quietest fan noise. And after 5 seconds, this is going to go ahead and shut off. It's still on, the fan is still on. And this is going to be the only mode where all the light goes ahead and turns off, which is going to be convenient because if you're sleeping, you won't go ahead and see the light. All right, so now it's time to test out how loud this gets. So directly overhead, it's going to be somewhere between 40 and 42 decibels. Now let's change it to low mode. So when I press it, it goes ahead and turns on, as in the lights, and I press it again, then it'll switch the fan to low mode. So directly overhead. Yep, this is going to increase about 10 decibels. So it's going to be between 49 and 50 decibels. And now time for high mode. So it increases about 13 decibels, so anywhere between 62 and 63 decibels. And now, just so you can kind of get an idea of how much power it has, I have a piece of paper towel over here, so let me go back to sleep mode. So I'm probably like a few inches, yeah, like 2 inches or so above it. And now when I go ahead and let go, here you can see low mode is very light. It's not powerful enough to lift it up fully. And when I put it directly on top of, it will go ahead and have enough power to slide it out of the way. And here you can kind of see how it is. And yeah, I'm just balancing it with my finger there. And now time for low mode. So here you can see that it's not drooping anymore, and it is actually able to push it upwards. And then when I put my finger, yeah, it's going to be a little bit higher, as you see. And now time for high mode. All right, so this one, very, very overpowering, as you see. And I can go ahead and put my hand, and it goes ahead and stays in place. Put my finger. Oops. One of the best parts I want to test out about it is going to be the actual aromatherapy part. So right over here in the center, there's going to be this cap. And I already took the tape off, so I can just go ahead and lift it up with my nail and then pull it upwards. And here's what the cap looks like. There's going to be a bunch of different holes, and this is for the essential oil to go ahead and seep through. Now down over here, there is going to be a pad. Now this is going to be kind of like a cotton pad, so it's going to go ahead and absorb the essential oil, and it's going to blow out slowly. Keep in mind that this doesn't come included with the Levoit air purifier, so you would have to get it separately. But the one I have is going to be this lavender one, so I have to put about 2 to 3 drops right on top of the pad. 1, 2, 3. All right, and that's good. The little cap can be placed right on top, just like so. And now let me go ahead and just turn it on for high mode and then see how much of the aroma comes out. Oh yeah, so I'm directly overhead, and I feel it shooting it up on my face right now. So here you can kind of see how far I am. And now let me go a little bit further away. Let me give it some time to see how long it takes to go and kind of fill up this room with the lavender scent. So it's been about 5 minutes. I left the room, and when I came back, I was immediately greeted with the scent of lavender. So I can say it did go ahead and work. Now keep in mind, this was in high settings, so this is the quickest it'll go ahead and disperse the scent. If you had it in low or you had it in sleep mode, it might take a little bit longer, but I can go ahead and say that it did work. And I'll just go ahead and turn it off. When it comes time to go ahead and clean this, if you want to go ahead and add a different type of essential oil, you do have to go ahead and take out the pad. And I will say it kind of can get a little tricky if you kind of dig your nail. So right now I can't really take it out, so if you can't do so, just turning it upside down and giving it a little push will make it come right off. So this can go ahead and be rinsed. And now once it's free from the scent, this can go ahead and be dried with towel. And then the pad can be placed back inside the aroma box. Now when the time comes, the filters do need to be replaced. And according to Levoit, the lifespan of the filters are anywhere between 6 to 8 months. But before that happens, there is going to be some regular maintenance required. So like every month or every few weeks, the filters and the inside of here should be cleaned out. So it is going to go ahead and get dusty in here with a lot of use. And this is where a vacuum can be used with the crevice tool to go ahead and clean up the inside here. And also to clean the pre-filter section, because there's probably going to be a lot of hair or dust that's going to accumulate on this portion. Now, of course, that's going to be the only thing that's going to be cleaned here, nothing else. Don't use anything damp on it itself, just a cloth would do, or again, the vacuum. The outside of the air purifier can also be cleaned, and this can be done so with a dry cloth, just all around, just making sure to get all the dust out, just so it can work as well as possible. And then same thing up top. And then this can be connected again, and then turned on once more. So overall, I'm pretty happy with this Levoit air purifier. It's going to be a good size for down over here. And most importantly, which is my favorite part about it, is going to be the aromatherapy, just because I can put a bunch of different essential oils in here that's going to go ahead and make the room just smell a lot nicer. Now, keep in mind, this isn't meant to be for big, huge rooms, big households. This is meant to be for smaller areas. Again, it only is going to go ahead and work up to 161 square feet. And this would be good for, again, small spaces like offices, rooms, top of the desk as well too. And in this case, I have it right here by the couch, and then my cat would be on the right side over here. So as like a bunch of fur sheds all over here, I expect it to accumulate on the sides and also inside the filter. So I'll probably have to go ahead and clean it a lot more frequently. But yeah, so overall, if you're looking for a small air purifier that also serves as aromatherapy, then definitely check this one out by Levoit.